Hello, everyone, and welcome to my podcast, in Wonderland. I'm so happy we're here together again. In this episode, we're going to dive into a fascinating book called Emotional Agility by Susan David. I have selected key lessons from the book that I found personally inspiring and helpful, and I will be reading some of my favorite lines and reflecting on them with you. So grab your coffee or your favorite drink and let's begin. There were so many things that made me stop, smile, and reflect while reading this book. I have chosen 5 themes that really stayed with me, and I would love to walk through them with you now, one by one. So, here comes the first one: the dark side of too much happiness. We often think more happiness equals a better life, but they would warn that too much happiness, especially at the wrong time or in the wrong way, can actually dull our alertness. She points out that excessive positivity can make us miss real threats or fall into risky behavior. It reminded me of how creative thinking often comes from discomfort, not from being blissfully content. When everything is fine, there is less motivation to change or create. 2. The hidden power of envy and difficult emotions. One of the most surprising insights was how so called bad emotions like envy, guilt, or sadness can serve us. David explains that emotions like envy can push us to improve even more effectively than admiration. Similarly, guilt and embarrassment help us adjust behavior and connect socially. These emotions aren't enemies, they are guides. 3. Facing fear and naming the monster. David shares an example from the movie The Babadook, where a terrifying creature represents unresolved grief. The lesson: we can't fight or ignore our emotional monsters. We must face them, name them, and learn to live with them. I once named my own anxiety Samantha, and that simple act of naming helped me approach it with humor and compassion. It's amazing how much power a name gives you over your fears. 4. Stop comparing, start living. Another powerful section addressed comparison. It's amazing how much power a name gives you over your fears. 4. Stop comparing, start living. Another powerful section addressed comparison. Studies show that people who compare themselves less tend to be more satisfied and mentally well, even if they win the comparison. Constant comparison traps us in an endless loop of seeking approval. The solution David offers is so simple: mind your own business. Tune into your life, your values, your goals. Social media makes this harder but even more necessary. 5. Real choice means letting go. Finally, she explores the idea that every choice involves a loss. Choosing one path means grieving the one you didn't take. But that grief is part of growth. I love this part, especially her framing that grieving a lost path is normal and even healthy. It reminded me of a very funny real life story I heard. Someone who, before marrying, threw a party with all his exes. As you can imagine, that didn't go well. Lesson: let go without dramatic farewells. Here is a bonus reflection about raising emotionally agile inner children. The book closes with thoughts on parenting emotionally agile kids, but I think it applies to all of us. We are all still raising our inner child. David warns against over rewarding effort with no results. Yes, effort matters, but if nothing changes, maybe it's time to redirect. She calls for honest reflection and pivoting when needed. a message that resonates deeply with me. So, what did emotional agility teach us? That all emotions have value, that happiness isn't everything, that envy, guilt, and sadness can guide us, that facing fear, naming it even, makes it manageable, that comparison is a trap, and that growth means grieving what we leave behind. Until next time, stay curious, stay kind, and remember your emotions are messengers, not enemies. Bye, guys!